And what's going on, good people? We're back here working on a weekend like usual. Of course, we're always working on a weekday as well. It's the Compete Forever Madden League Season 79 playoffs. And boy, we got a good one. We got the Super Bowl, two of the better Madden players in the world playing for cash and prizes, as we also get you set and talk some National Football League news, the latest in pro football and the National Football League, as we're live here from Fat Bastard and Sons in Hackensack, New Jersey, live on Valley Live Stadium Sports Network, to watch Stadium Sports app, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Live on a Tuesday night. If it's a Tuesday night, that means we're talking Madden NFL and also the National Football League. All right, let's come inside here a little earlier. CBS Sports, Madden NFL, CFB League, a little 2K association. Good to be back here, folks. If it's a Tuesday night around 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That means we're talking, of course, Madden and National Football League. Shout out to the good folks right here, man. We're in Hackensack, New Jersey at Fat Bastard and Sons. That's right, FB and Sons. And yes, the Fat Bastard and Sons restaurant and lounge in Hackensack. And folks with a name like that, you know they love some good food. Family-owned business, been around for about 40 years and bring you the best pizza around. Also have a full bar as well. They have a passion for great food and excellent service. And they can get hamburgers, you got pasta, you got pizza. It's all right here, seafood, everything that you want here in Hackensack, New Jersey. FB and Sons, Fat Bastard and Sons, a family-owned business for over 40 years here in Hackensack, New Jersey. All right, let me go ahead and bring in my brother, my player partner, my partner in crime. There he is, my brother from another mother. He is Jbaird Garantano, former quarterback at the University of Tennessee Volunteers, started in the SEC, also played with the Broncos and the Cardinals. Blue 80, green 82, 55 to Mike, 55's to Mike. Kill, 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 kill. Liz, Roger. How'd I do, Garrett? Garantano, how'd I do? I do pretty good?
That was good. Some check. Alert.
Check with me. Alert. Check with me.
That was good. Today was good. You're on the money today.
Yeah, you know what it is? I'm right next to Flamingos. That's what it is, man. I'm right next to Flamingos. We'll be there next week.
You must have had a good weekend. But Flamingos makes sense.
I did, man. I did. My young lady came around, so that was a good weekend. How was your weekend, kind sir?
Good. Very good. We had Sunday off. Nice weather here. It's 80 degrees and sunny, so able to drive around, get some fresh air, go for some nice walks on the off day. So can't complain. It was a really good weekend.
Sounds good, man. Hey, man, you guys are just a couple weeks away, dude, from getting that thing under center, man. And we're going all the way live down there in the Riverwalk City, man, San Antonio, brother.
Crazy, right? Literally, what is it, 13 days or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. All right, well, good luck to you, man. It is flying, brother. You ready to talk some Madden and the latest in the National Football League?
Yes, sir. Let's get this thing rolling.
All right, let's take a look real quickly at the rules here as we're live at Fat Bastard and Sons here in Hackensack, New Jersey. It's all Madden competitive game style. Head-to-head current rosters. Folks, we like to call those regs. That's regular teams, all 32 NFL teams available. 5-minute quarters, a single elimination format. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of here. How about the pricing here? Because it's all about that shmoney. Total cash prize pool, $150 guaranteed. First place gets $100 cash and an NFL license zip chair. Folks, go to zipchair.com. Check them out online. Zipchair.com. Literally make the best gaming chairs in the world. Also do office furniture, gaming desk, you name it, stools and other things. Got all 32 NFL teams, all the NBA teams, Major League Baseball, MLS, NHL, and also the NCAA-inspired zip chairs and college-inspired zip chairs. And folks, if you got any sort of, custom pieces, check them out online, zipchair.com. Shout out to Tina Altadonna, the marketing lady out there, doing a great job at Zipchair. They're located headquarters in Long Island. Second place gets $50 cash. They run about this piece with $50 cash. How about the bracket here? Let's take a look at the bracket here. There it is right there in gold, baby. Green for the money, gold for the honeys. OG2K, a 9-time champ, playing with the Ravens against JB, a multiple-time champ, a 2-time champ. He's playing with those Eagles. So let's learn a little bit more about both of these young men, a little player profile, if you will. And we'll start first with the first player. That will be JB. Kids call him Jbaird. That's his government name. He's from Buffalo Grove, Illinois, 19 years of age, Illinois State student. So he's a Redbird, and he's a 2-time C4 Madden League champion. Just got back from the motherland. He was over in Ireland celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Man, that's some pretty cool stuff right there. To go to Ireland and celebrate Paddy's Day, that's pretty cool stuff, man. So Jbaird back here stateside, and his opponent will be the 9-time champ, He is OG2K, Nicholas Sirianni, no relation to Coach Nick Sirianni, head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's from Buffalo, New York, so in Western New York. Age 18, he's also a college student and a 9-time Compete Forever Madden League champ, 7 in college in Madden and 2 in college football there. All right, let me go ahead and bring in all of us here. Let's go ahead and bring all three of us in here. Before we do that, don't forget about the Molly Pop picks. We'll look at the standings here. Molly Pop grapes as sweet as candy. Molly Pop taking the world by Sweet Storm. Got the pink bag. Promise you the pink bags in the grocery stores, folks. You got to understand you're getting high quality produce. And also online, shout out to Molly Pop. It's going to show those guys to you on Thursday. They got the juices now online, man. So shout out to the good folks at Molly Pop Grapes. Grapes as sweet as candy, about 20 different varieties of grapes. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. There I am. I've got a 3 and 6. What are we looking at? What is that, 4.5 game lead? Something like that? Should be like that, yeah. That's right, Andrew was out for 1 game. And there you can see Jared Garantano. A couple of wins under his belt now at 12 and 8, so a 60% winning percentage. All right, let's go ahead and bring in Andrew Richmond and everybody else. Peace up, A down. She is always in the A-town. Andrew Richmond, esports caster extraordinaire. All right, A Rich, we're going to quote the Ravens with the Raven flock, or we're going to go E-A-G-L-E-S Eagles.
Ooh, it's hard. These guys, you know, JB's an OG. When I first started, he was around, but one thing about OG is that he's never lost, never been denied. Shout out to LeVar Ball. Never lost. So I'm gonna go with OG, but JB's in position to do this. I'm waffling right now. I will go with OG,
yes, you are.
But my heart of hearts, you know, I'm not gonna do what Jared and B-Bell do, which is heart and mind. I'm gonna listen to my mind who says OG, but my heart of hearts wants JB.
My mind's telling me no, but my body's telling me yes.
I don't want to hurt OG's feelings. Well, the song I must confess, JB should be able to do it eventually, just not now. So we're going OG.
You're going OG 2K? All right, okay, sounds good. That's an easy choice, probably the correct choice. We'll see what JGZ off the Heezy for Sheezy. What are you doing, JG?
Probably one of the best matchups I'm going to see since I've been here, honestly. I don't really know who to go with, though. It's like really tough. Like, I've been pondering this, I'm not gonna lie, for like the past 5 to 10 minutes, like thinking about it. I'm like, wow, like this really should be a good one. You know, and I'm going upset alert. I'm going JB.
Wow, he's doing it. Okay.
It's March. I like upsets, you know?
Doing it and doing it well. Yeah, no, you're right. At some point, it's got to happen. It's just not going to happen today, JG. That's all. It's going to happen at some point, just not today. Today is not the day. I'm going to go with OG2K. He's going to run this thing to 10 straight. And then it's going to be a different format. It's going to be a King of the Hill. We'll see how he reacts to someone coming after him every single week. But I'm going to take OG, man. But I would love nothing more than to see Jbaird shut us all up. Well, at least me and Andrew. So we'll see about that. But Andrew, you'll be conducting the interview at the conclusion of the game. You'll be talking to the winner of the Super Bowl 79. So JB, playing with those Eagles. And how about OG2K playing with the Ravens and their flock? Guys, go ahead and lock it up, man. Live right here from Fat Bastard and Sons in Hackensack, and also live on Bally Live, Stadium Sports Network, Watch Stadium Sports app, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. Good luck, guys. We'll be talking to the winner. May the best man win, and go get him. Jared, lone woofing, huh, Jared?
I could go straight swipe on an OG for everybody.
Swipe at the Fox. So Super Bowl, of course, 59 was played down in NOLA, so you can see the New Orleans Saints logos there. You see Jbaird at the bottom of the screen with the hat on backwards, playing with the Eagles. OG2K, second from the bottom of the screen, playing with the Ravens. Jared Garantano there, former University of Tennessee quarterback, also Broncos and Cardinals quarterback, literally here at CBS Sports, also CFB League, NBA 2K Association. We're live here from Fat Bastard and Sons in Hackensack. Speaking of Fat Bastard and Son, that first quarter, actually the pregame show, presented to you and brought to you by our good friends right here at Fat Bastard and Sons, and you can check them out online, fatbastardandsons.com. Fat Bastard and Sons, restaurant and lounge, FB and Sons. Folks, they've been in business the family has for over 40 years, since 1985, man. And with a name like Fat Bastard and Sons, you know that they love good food. Family-owned business for over 40 years. They're bringing you the best pizza around. They also got the full bar as well. So if you got those libations, they're definitely flowing. Got happy hour as well, Monday through Friday. They bring you the best pizza around. They have a passion for great food and excellent service. They got hamburgers, pasta, you name it. It's all right here. FB and Sons, fatbastardandSons.com. Proud sponsors right here of our Compete for Madden League, the ISG intersection of sports and gaming. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this National Football League. I got some news this week coming up. The first thing we'll talk about, I guess, will be cowboy on cowboy crime. I'm sure you're going to love this, Jared Garantano. Your Cowboys can't seem to stay off the news here, man, and had a big week this week when it came to a couple of defensive stars there. You had Tank, DeMarcus Lawrence as well, and Micah Parsons having a little exchange, if you will, on social media. Started out with DeMarcus Lawrence doing an interview. We got to Seattle, right? Talked to a guy on a podcast. He was talking about Dallas is my home, but I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. That got Micah's attention. Micah said, this is what rejection and envy look like. This some clown-ish. So DeMarcus, Tank, responded back, calling me a clown won't change the fact that I told the truth. Ouch. Maybe if you spent less time tweeting and more time winning, I wouldn't have left. All right. JG, your former quarterback in the National Football League. Whose side are you taking here? You taking Micah, or you going with Dexter Lawrence saying basically the Cowboys can't win and that's why he bounced? That's a tough one.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't like.
Because they're both
picking
right.
Sides is
They're
tough.
both right.
Right, they're both right. Like DeMarcus probably shouldn't have came out and said that about the organization, even though that's how he felt.
Right.
Micah defending his.
And he was part of the organization too. It's like, dude, you could have helped win some Super Bowls too. You know.
So Micah coming out defending it, not wrong by any means.
Certainly understand.
And then DeMarcus coming over the top ropes with the maybe if you got off the podcast and Twitter and social media, maybe we would actually be a good defense or a good team. Like, so I mean, that's a lot of spark right there. That's a lot of energy for
a lot
one
of sparks.
Conversation. DeMarcus probably wasn't wrong, right? Like the Cowboys need a lot of help in a lot of places. Micah also thinks the Cowboys have a Super Bowl winning team. Maybe that's that self-talk that we've been talking about for 2 months. I mean, I don't even. I feel like out of all the off seasons that I've been a Cowboys fan, this has definitely been the most quiet. Like, there's not really a lot of expectation, I would say, or I would feel going around. Usually every year it's like, yo, this is the Cowboys year. Like, they're going to win the NFC East. Like, Eagles winning it kind of shut that down, and now it's just like the Commanders are really good, and everything's kind of just even keel for the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe that's a good thing.
Maybe that's a good thing. Exactly.
This might be a first. Like, maybe we actually play better than people would expect, which that would make me happy. So I don't know. I don't think either are wrong, but hopefully my Cowboys can get something rolling. I'm hoping like maybe 7 wins this year.
When you say I'm hoping and it's only 7 years, I'm
7 wins. Yeah, if it's a bad NFC East, then I don't see that, brother, getting in the playoffs with 7 wins. But it's been 30 years since you guys basically went to the NFC Championship game. Andrew, your thoughts here? Whose side are you taking here? Micah defending his honor and his team and the players in the front office there, or D. Lawrence saying the quiet part out loud, which everybody knows is already true?
Ooh, the girls are fighting. This is a meme, by the way, too. Don't come at me. The girls are fighting, though, and we love to see it. Or we don't actually love to see it if you're a Jared and you're a Cowboys fan. But from the outside in, especially for the rest of the NFC East, they all have popcorn out. They munch it. It's like T.O. when he had the popcorn out, right? They ready, right? Box office. Look, man, DeMarcus isn't wrong. I mean, if y'all aren't winning, and it doesn't look like they're going to start to win anytime soon, I don't mind him jumping ship. And sometimes when he jumps ship, sometimes you talk another word that almost has all those same letters as ship. So, hey, I ain't mad at that. Of course, it has nothing to do with Micah being on a podcast. It has nothing to do with any of that. Like, there's just a lot of things that always go wrong with the Cowboys. But DeMarcus, I don't mind him talking some cash money junk. And I don't mind Micah defending his own, because at the end of the day, he's still on the Cowboys. And you got to believe, because if you don't, then you're not going to win anything. And at that point, you both looking dumb. So, hey, why not?
Right. It's just, like I said, Micah certainly did what he was supposed to do, which is defend his team and his teammates. No problem there. Now, my thing is, like, if you're trying to win, DeMarcus, and you can step in here, Jared, Seattle?
That's true. That's so true.
That wasn't the craziest upgrade. Like, that's not like a Super Bowl contending team, right? Like, that's not somebody that's going to change your perspective on, like, hey, I really want to go win right now. Like, I have to go here. Like they're still in a rebuild. They might be better. I think they'll be a better team than they were last year. But it's not sitting there saying, like, listen, like, this is my last hoorah in my career. Like, I really want to go win. Let me go to this team. So that's kind of, like, a little sussy, too, in its own right. But we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, Jared, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You just went from one hood to another, okay? You have not escaped poverty, okay? You still over here fighting in the trenches. So that's why I say they can just talk junk to each other, because at the end of the day, none of them really that close to that thing. It's not like you joined like the Commanders or Detroit or anything like that. So best of luck to you. You're not even rebuilding like the Bears are, like, already in the process of rebuilding. They're starting from ground zero over there in Seattle. So best of luck to both of them. Micah might end up looking good, the best at the end of the day, depending on how crazy the NFC is, because there's always drama there,
Well, he's got to get that new contract as well. So clearly, the Cowboys. I read something the other day, Jared. Since 2006, the Cowboys have never spent more than $6 million on any free agent. And the last one was your boy Greg Hardy. Remember him?
Oh,
that was 19 years ago, dude. Yeah.
He's in UFC.
Yeah.
I mean, they do probably the poorest job out of any team in free agency.
Yeah.
In the NFL, right? Like, how do you go out there and say you're going to better your team, but you won't go in free agency and go get a high level player or like a big time player? Like, how do you go into the offseason saying, like, I need to fill these holes? You can't just fill them in the drafts. Like, you can't just go and get a 21-year-old kid and sit there and say, like, hey, you're going to replace the best guard in football, Zach Martin or whoever it is,
right,
and we're going to expect this much out of you. Like,
you're the Cowboys, so it's not like people don't want to join you. You're the Cowboys. Come on, man. Jerry, that's some Jerry malpractice.
Got a lot of positives down there.
Listen, they draft well, but not enough to create a whole new specialty.
And that's absolutely true. They do draft well, and they've done a great job of developing and things of that nature when it comes to the draft, man, and finding value. But free agents, for some reason, it's just not happening, man. You got to go back to the 90s and early 2000s, looking at the free agent class, spending some time and calling Big D their new home. So we'll keep an eye on DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons as see if they can patch up that relationship now that D-Law Tank is heading to the Pacific Northwest in Seattle. That first quarter brought to you by good friends. In that first quarter, we got a 7-3 ball game here. JB trailing against OG2K, the 9-time champ. OG2K with the ball, second quarter up by 4, 7-3. The first quarter brought to you by good friends at Black Seed Brothers. You can check them out online, myhealthstation.org. Shout out to Terrell and his wife, doing a great job, man, trying to get Harlem and the rest of New York City healthy, man, doing a great job out there with those stations and those wheels. Folks, I just want to welcome you here to Harlem's Sweet Slice of black-seeded watermelons. Each seed is rooted in history, Southern history down there. As I say all the time, I'm a Southern gentleman myself from Nashville, Tennessee. It's packed with health and filled with happiness. Black Seed Brothers bringing the community their favorite natural Southern sweets, and also with their health stations on wheels. You can check them out at 139th Street and Lenox Avenue, open 24 hours. Check them out once again online, myhealthstation.org, man. And yes, those natural Southern sweets and those very healthy treats. Shout out to the good folks there at Black Seed Brothers. All right, we're back here live here at I was going to say it. Every time I want to say Fat Bastard and Sons, that's the name. Or we can call it FB and Sons. And folks, they love them some food if they're going to call the restaurant and name the place Fat Bastard and Sons. We're here at Hackensack, New Jersey, right next to Club Flamingo. We'll be there next week as well. So shout out to Tony and the fine folks and the staff here at Flamingo. Also, talked to Bob a minute ago, Flamingo, and also here at Fat Bastard and Sons. Been in business over 40 years, man. And talking about the best pizza around, It's right here in Hackensack, New Jersey, here off of Route 46. Larry Lear, CBS Sports, Madden, NFL, CFB League, 2K Association. Got Jbaird Garantano, former University of Tennessee volunteer starting quarterback at Tennessee. Also Broncos and Cardinals quarterback. Andrew Richmond, piece up, a down. She's always in the A-town. Bottom right-hand corner of the screen. JB, hat on backwards right now. Scores a little backwards. Let's back it up. He is down 14-3 to the 9-time champ OG2K, looking to run this thing to 10 straight. All right, let's get back in the National Football League here. How about those Bengals, man? Cincinnati Bengals, pretty, I was going to say pretty cheap franchise, but hey, man, they've been spending some money. They got, I think the second highest paid quarterback in the National Football League now, with their quarterback, Joe Burrow, and now they paid both of their receivers. So shout out to the Bengals, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Jamar Chase now the highest. Jamar Chase, yes, the highest paid non-QB in football, beats Jbaird by $1 million, so 4 years, $161 million. Highest paid football player in the football that's not a quarterback. T. Higgins, the highest paid number 2 receivers, so he gets $4 million, $115 million. So they're going to make about $70 million combined next year. That's a lot of loot. How about Jamar Chase basically saying, I like it here in Cincinnati. It's boring and the food sucks. Other than that, everything is great. Your thoughts here, Andrew, on the Bengals, man, the Who Days. It's a Reynolds wrap, baby. They kept both of the receivers, man. How do you think they were able to pull that off?
Man, how wonderful does it feel to be a Bengals fan, right? Because for years, all you've heard about is, oh my gosh, we're a cheap organization. They literally, like, it's a hood in the facilities. They don't even serve you lunch or breakfast. And
they practice underneath an interstate bypass.
It's real bad out there. It's real bad. We're talking about poverty. At least Jbaird World has all the bells and whistles, okay? They don't really have anything. Speaking of bells and whistles, yeah. Come on, Steve.
Yes, sir.
His way to some points, which is good because we can get this score going, right? And they're running up the score when it comes to the price department, which I like. You're getting over your woes of being a cheap owner group, and I love that, right? But now, unfortunately, the margin of error becomes that much smaller, right? Because not only are you giving how much money is that? It's like 22. It's like 40% of their cap. And they're going to go ahead and sign Trey Hendrickson too. So
those 3 players are like $115 million next year. Just those 3 guys.
And you're probably going to sign Trey Hendrickson, and you're probably going to add an additional player in free agency. So we're thinking about like almost 50% of your cap going to a couple players, right? And they're studs, they're star players, right? You're going to have to make sure that you crush it in the draft, because that's the only way that you can turn these big 3 paydays into making sure that you can keep Joe Burrow alive behind an offensive line that's shaky, right? You can make sure you have some defense, right? That can make sure Joe Burrow doesn't have to score 5+ touchdowns in order to make sure that they can win ball games. Your margin of error is so much smaller, but I'm glad that they're getting over one woe. And with those 3 players, there's a lot of things that you can do offensively. Let's see what the response is draft-wise, though, to make sure that they have viable chances, because you can't just win it with those 3 alone in the AFC, because it's that much more contentious in all these teams.
JG, Bengals scored 30 or more points 4 times last year and still lost. Holds on that defense. If I'm not mistaken, those 3 players make more than the defense combined. And it's not even close as far as what's accounting for the salary cap. I believe it's like 120 million to like 79. So it's not even close, bro. Are the Bengals going to be okay? Or are they going to compete next year? Look, we've seen Joe Burrow, definitely a top 5 quarterback. He's got the weapons. They're going to have to win a lot of games, man. 34-27, 34-31 next year.
I think, obviously, I'm happy for Joe because I think his success will keep growing. But I think that Cincinnati didn't make the right choice with this one. I think Jamar Chase was a great sign. I think they had to sign Jamar Chase. He's the best wide receiver, if not second to Justin Jefferson, but he's the best wide receiver in the game. Now you look at it and you say, T. Higgins, is he worth, 28? Is he worth the 28?
28, almost 29. Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, right? So does he need a caliber number 2 just like that as such that's worth 28? I don't think so. Like, I think that they drafted a good one last year with Andre, And I think that there's some different free agents that they could have possibly went after that were probably half, if not definitely lower than T. And I just think that I'm just attributing the
can they give you 70 catches and 1,000 yards and 8 tubs?
I think they can. I think when you look at it from an aspect of can you find 70 catches and 1,000 yards from number 2, a number 3, and a number 4, I think so. And the way that Joe's playing, I think he's playing out of his mind. I think that they would be able to find somebody that would want to come play with him for half that price. Mm-hmm. Then with that other
OG2K scores again. He's up 21-10. Go ahead, Jared.
And whatever that was, say if it was 15 mil, 10 to 15, whatever else that they had, I would go put that into the defense. Because I just think that Joe can carry an offense with Ja'Marr Chase, and I don't want to say mid-tier or whatever it is because everybody in the NFL is a very good football player, but I think that he would be able to carry the rest of that team and the rest of that offense with a couple of really good 2s, 3s, 4s, whether that's another draft pick at wide receiver, whether that's trading for an experienced guy, maybe a Josh Palmer-like player that just went to Buffalo Bills. Maybe he would be able to come in there and say, all right, he's going to get you 600. He's going to get you 600 yards, 700 yards this year. Josh is making, I think, around $10 million a year.
I was going to say, 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that. So, like, that's still, you're still getting value out of that with the price, with the numbers that he could possibly get for you. Do I think T. Higgins is an awesome player? Absolutely, 1,000%. I think he's one of the best wide receivers in the league. I just don't think that Joe needs that in the aspect of I think he's that good, and I also think that the defense needs that much help going into next year.
Andrew, real quickly before we get out here, your thoughts here on Ja'Marr Chase, man. Just so authentic and real in his press conference on Tuesday, man. He's like, I'm a New Orleans kid. He's like, yeah, I mean, I love it here in Cincinnati. Yeah, but we've got to do something about the food. So, like,
no, that's the next step for at least the ownership group. If the Skyline Chili popping, then you got to bring in some catering staff, to make sure that they get some free food over here, right?
So that's the problem. They don't really have catering. They get like sack lunches at Cincinnati.
That's what I'm saying, right? There's a lot of woes that you have to clear away, and paying the best 3 stars that you have isn't going to throw it away, right? Unless the Skyline Chili is really that popping, right? But shout out to Ja'Marr. I'm glad that he's happy. And ultimately, at the end of the day, right, happiness shows when you play. Right. Although I do agree with Jared to a degree that you do need to make sure you have a lot of money for your defense. So maybe you don't need T if you do have somebody like Joe Burrow. But at the end of the day, the band wants to stick together. And for the moment, maybe we might get some trades in the future. So who knows? But for the moment, we'll see if happiness and the power of friendship is able to get them over the hump. Because you're going to need a lot of draft picks with the power of friendship and a lot of money, too. Brink shots galore.
Yeah, so Bengals missed the playoffs last year, of course, was in the Super Bowl just 3 short years ago. It's going to have to, if they get back, man, they're going to have to ride the arm of Joe Burrow and his legs. And like I said, they're going to have to score 30-plus a game to have any chance, man. But maybe they can be better on defense. Maybe they can, have some guys that will develop and, but I think you're right. It starts with getting Hendrickson back on some sort of deal. I mean, I think he led the league in sacks last year with like 17.5, 18 sacks last year. So we'll see about the Bengals. That second quarter, we got a third quarter game here, 21-10 as we're live here at Fat Bastard & Sons in Hackensack, a beautiful pizza place here, and also American Dining here in Hackensack. That second quarter brought to you by our good friends at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. You can check them out online, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. Authentic Mexican restaurant, great vibes and great environment there in beautiful Bayonne, New Jersey, where I trap at, my town that I live in, right there on Main Street in Midtown, man. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. The libations, they're always flowing. Mariachi shows on Tuesdays. We've seen those here on this program. DJs on the weekend. Also, Latin nights on the weekends. We've got the patio. It's all there, man. Great food. Authentic Mexican restaurant with the great vibes there. Beautiful environment, beautiful sports bar, and experience there at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, the Golden Eagle. It is landed there in Bayonne, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. All right, we're back here live at Fat Bastard & Sons. Yes, that is correct. FB and Sons, Fat Bastard & Sons, located here in Hackensack, off of Route 46. Restaurant and lounge, man. Been around for, the family's been owning businesses in this area for about 40 years, 1985, man. And you're talking about just a great restaurant, great pizza, the best pizza around. Also burgers, spaghetti, you name it, Italian food, got hoagies, desserts, everything. Everything that you need right here. Fat Bastard and Sons. Got Jared Garantano down there, former University of Tennessee starting quarterback. Also, Andrew Richmond. A Rich, piece up, A down. If you're looking for, you can find her in A-Town. Don't go there. That's picked by the Ravens. OG2K, bottom left-hand corner of your screen, playing with the Ravens. JB. OG2K, a 9-time champ, by the way. JB, a 2-time champ, playing with the Eagles here in the third quarter, down by 11, and he's giving the ball back to OG2K. He's going to have to get a stop here at some point, or might try to run on some clock here. Let's get back to the NFL topics this week, guys. How about Deion Sanders, man? Prime time. Making some more waves and news there at the University of Colorado. We've been talking about this, man. Spring games. You look at schools like Texas, Nebraska, Ohio State, teams like that, man, are not going to have spring games. Jared and I both played in college. You played at Tennessee. I played at Middle Tennessee. We remember those spring games, the orange and white game, blue and white game for us down at Middle Tennessee. But Coach Prime, man, he came up with a new solution. He's like, hey, let's get rid of the spring game and let's do it NFL style, man. And I like this. Jared, how much did you appreciate this coming from Coach Prime? He's like, look, we can still do the spring games, get the fans involved, see different players, different colors, different school, have them come in and have it almost like a joint practice. And Fran Brown from Syracuse took him up on the deal. It's like, hey, we'll come to Boulder right now for 3 days, man. I think their spring game is next month. It'll be televised on ESPN2. Your thoughts here, Jared, on Coach Prime? College spring game should be more like NFL preseason and NFL themed and NFL style.
Before I answer this, I'm just sitting here watching a game, and Derrick Henry is by far the best player I've ever seen in Madden history. He breaks like 10 tackles every play. Dude. But back to Prime. I thought that this was an excellent idea. I remember being in college, our spring games always felt so pointless. Like, you're going against the same defense for 15 games. Like, they're not showing you anything different. I think that being able to go against, and I'm not saying they're like tune-up games or whatever it was. Like, if you're able to find a lower level school and sit there and say, like, hey, you want to come practice and just get some joint practices in, I think that would be really beneficial. Even like, say Colorado, I don't know. I mean, maybe they play Colorado State every year. I'm not too certain on that, but a school within your, I remember they had some spark with last year with Shador or whatever it was, but a school along those lines, like say like Rutgers, like, hey, Buffalo, do you want to come practice with us for like 3 days this week or whatever it is? Like, I think that would be really beneficial, and you're able to see and grasp how your players are developing. That was a dime.
Touchdown. It was a dime. Got a 3-score game here. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I think being able to find a university in close proximity and just being able to practice twice maybe, or out of 3 days say, hey, come use our facilities, you guys do whatever. 2 practices, meeting day, weight room, whatever you guys want to do. I think that would really be beneficial for a lot of college programs, along with also allowing you to see your depth chart and seeing how your guys compete. You don't really know, and especially now, all these guys are, after spring, are trying to, whether that is transfer or whether that's get NIL or whatever it is, like maybe they're able to create some deals or create some different things from seeing value from your practicing against another opponent.
Yeah, that's a good point. Andrew, you like this? I love this. I'd love to see some different people, like I said, different colors, because Jared's right. You go 15 practices in the spring, it's monotonous. It's the same defense. And I also think it helps shield you against maybe, some of these other schools that are a little worried about other teams and other schools seeing your guys in competition, because you got Nebraska and some of these other schools, they want to do like 7-on-7 and like almost like Pro Bowl games almost. Maybe this will infuse some more excitement.
Yeah, always reliable is entertainment. And that's one thing that Coach Prime knows more than anybody. I always wanted to know why we never saw teams go against each other. And I know sometimes it's just easier logistically just for, the twos to go against the threes. But like you talked about, the monotony, right? You're going against the same players. Really, the same tricks. You know how to beat the same players, and maybe I spice it up on you. Speaking of spice it up, gee whiz, man.
Oh,
yeah. Beat down happening right now. A shout out to OG. But yeah, you're used to the same tricks. You're used to seeing the same things from the same players that you're going against the whole entire time, right? So spice it up. Go against different players, different techniques. Maybe you learn a couple things from each other, right? Or you learn how to counter them from going against different people to prepare you for this new season. And it's increased hype as well, because it's not just one fan base that you're celebrating. You also have two fan bases that can be in the same arena and can bring more sales, bring more money, and there's more excitement in general when you have actual competition rather than, you going against your homie. So we love to see it. Coach Prime, man, he just knows these things when it comes to entertainment. That's why all eyes and all cameras are on Dion, dude. He just got
there's some talking reporting out there. Fran Brown responded to his social media post. What we're hearing is he wants North Carolina. He wants Belichick in North Carolina. That's what he wants. I think that'd be great. Two former NFL guys, highly decorated guys, Hall of Fame guys. Both guys very well respected. That'd be pretty good. So I'm with Coach Prime on that. Wish we had more time to talk about it, but Coach Prime is absolutely right, man. Get some new blood in there, man. And not only that, it would help with the fan base as well. Now they get to see something and get a little treat, a little morsel there in April during spring ball. It's got a 35-10 ball game, so let's get late here in the fourth quarter. We're live here at Fat Bastard and Sons here in Hackensack, New Jersey. That third quarter brought to you by our good friends at Palanto Bakery. You can check them out right there. Go by the store, 387 Broadway in Bayonne, New Jersey. You can also give them a call. Their number is 201-339-9001. Once again, that number 201-339-9001. Folks, you got to go there, man, and taste their delicious pastries. They've been in business and right there in Bayonne off of Broadway for over 20 years. Been serving the Bayonne area for over 2 decades there. Got the finest in cakes, and I love the carrot cake that they have there. It's really good. Pastries, cakes, cookies, cannolis, cupcakes, you name it. It's all right there at Palanto Bakery, located in Bayonne, New Jersey, 387 Broadway in Bayonne. Give them a call, 201-339-9001. Are we back here live at Fat Bastard and Sons here? Real quick, let's go through this, guys. We're getting late here. Just a few minutes to go. Also want to get your thoughts here as we keep it in college football. Eddie George. Gonna do the Coach Prime route, right, man? Leaving an HBCU. Eddie George, of course, the great Heisman Trophy candidate and a great football player at the university. Went to Ohio State University, won a Heisman Trophy, played at Tennessee Titans when I was there early on in the late 90s and early 2000s. He is leaving TSU after 4 years. Going to go coach at Bowling Green. So a little action there for Eddie George, leaving TSU in Nashville. 4 years there at Tennessee State University. Won a share of their conference this past year, took TSU, the Tigers, to the playoffs this year, the 1AA playoffs, the FCS playoffs. Not going to be a head coach at Bowling Green. Says he was looking for some sort of sign driving back from the scouting combine a few weeks ago, and he got a call from Urban Meyer like, yo, I think you'd be great for the Bowling Green job. Any interest? How about that, Jarek Arenton?
I think it's awesome. I always love seeing former players not per se giving back to the youth, but actually dedicating their time and really investing themselves into them, right? Like, so I think like this is a whole brand new step, and I think that it's awesome, especially in college football. As a player, you get to see somebody that's done it at a high level, and then you get to actually learn from them. I think this was a home run hire for Bowling Green, and I think it's a really, really good situation for Eddie George to keep climbing that coaching ladder.
Andrew, I'm sure you like this as well. Bittersweet to see him go. Now, he, like Coach Prime, he's had some issues with things and how they're ran at HBCUs at Tennessee State University, budgets and things of that nature. But it's good to see the man climb the ladder.
And guess what? He was able to use it as a good opportunity, and at least we had some buzz for TSU as well. So I'm all excited to see players and people level up. We're seeing more people use HBCUs as a pipeline. Hopefully, in response, the administration can actually send some dollars their way so we can keep some of this.
Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at?
Where the money reside, right? Where the money reside, right? Because that's where the coaches end up residing, is where the money resides, right? But he asked, like DMX, Lord, give me a sign. And guess what? Gave him a sign, and guess he's on his way to Bowling Green. Hopefully it works out for him.
Yeah, Jared, real quickly, just your thoughts here on Urban Meyer, man. Sticking his neck out there for him, man, and, reaching back and helping out, man.
No, I think that was, I mean, that's, you're as good as the people that you know, right? And your connections and everything. So, like, the fact that Urban was able to put in a good word and they were able to collaborate and find Eddie that perfect job, I think that this was a really, really great step for him. And it was just a job well done too by a good friend of his.
And hell of a sign, man. He's driving down the road. Hey, Urban Meyer just texted me. Oh, shoot. Interested in a Division I FBS job? Why,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
And thank you. Yes.
How do you say no to that, right? Like, I mean, I don't know. I think, like you said, Andrea, too, like, I think he left it better than Dion left his school. Like, I think Dion had everybody, like, pro HBCU, like, let's go, like, this is for till the end of time. And then he left, and everybody's like, wait, did he just use us?
Yeah.
This Jack Nicholson was just like,
We talked about that. Yeah, it was tough on Dion. Look, you can't blame him. We all would have left. I think some of it was, I mean, it's saying that you had a calling and things of that nature to Jackson State. I get it, but
yeah,
he
just
had to
don't
go.
Set the expectation. That's why I said, like, don't make any promises.
Always lower expectations.
Always lower expectations.
Speaking of expectations, no one expected Bill Belichick at 72 to date a 24-year-old, but he is, and he's doing beach yoga with her. They were down in South Florida near Palm Beach. It's not goat yoga; it's beach yoga. I also went to see this museum as well, man. Belichick continues to live his life, and I'm here for it. I got no problem with it. You guys jump in here, man. This is great. Beach yoga. She's got him wearing she's wearing her Jordans. Former cheerleader, by the way. This is a good look for Belichick, man. I love it.
He's taking selfies.
Yeah.
He's just doing whatever. Listen, whatever floats his boat. Like, I respect it. Out of all the stories, and obviously you know Larry better than all of us. Like, everything that you've heard about Bill Belichick and like how you've seen him like through the media and through TV, like, this is nothing like anything you've ever heard or ever seen from him in the history of life, right? Like, so seeing him, like, he's striking poses on the beach, like, I can't even believe that's him, right? Like,
that's something you do with your child too, man, by the way.
Oh, like, he's doing it all. I mean, he's happy though. I'm happy for him. Like, obviously we all know, like, sports and football can be stressful, but
And he's a huge historian too. That's why he's taking pictures at this museum right here.
I don't.
Can he even work a camera? Right? Like,
Yes,
Probably
I need
not.
to see that. I need to see him with
That
like
was-
a full tourist, like the sunscreen on his nose.
That was definitely a disposable. That was definitely disposable. Absolutely.
I just want to say, I don't know what's crazier, your lead into that story or that picture right there. That picture makes me die laughing.
You know, when I saw it, I'm like, is this Titanic? Is that Jack?
Near, far, wherever you are, all I know is the far. Take me
Yo.
with your French girls.
Yo, Belichick. Man, this was not on my bingo card, and I
At
covered
all.
this man for 6 seasons. This would have never been on my bingo
At
card.
all.
But you know what? In a way, when people zag, he zigs, or when you zig, he zags. So in essence, it does sort of make sense. Why not? Date a 24-year-old, someone that you're 50 years older. Why not? Do it. Got no problem. Damn, he's 48 years older than she is. Holy
Oh,
cow.
God.
I literally just, orally said that number.
The
That's
math
why
is
I
not
just say,
mathing.
he likes it, I love it, I guess. Or she likes it, I love it. I don't know. Good for them, I guess.
Hey, Chapel Bill, man. Chapel Bill.
The math is not mathing.
All right, let's get out of here, man.
Picture
Good
or
stuff.
the
Man.
math.
Hey, that fourth quarter brought to you by good friends at Jerky's. Check them out online, jerkysnj.com. Folks, man, it's time to level up your game, man. Flavors are colliding. We're talking about Caribbean fusion, Haitian and Jamaican fusion, man. Oxtails, jerk chicken, chopped cheese, it's all there. Check them out online, man. Flavors are colliding, and we're talking about these flavors hitting harder than a game-winning touchdown. They're located in Elizabeth, New Jersey, 11 Main Street. Check them out online, jerkysnj.com. Best jerk chicken and oxtail that you will have, man. Also the grill, everything that you want over there. Check them out online, jerkysnj.com. All right, let's go ahead and bring back my guy, man. Jared Garantano. See, what had happened was, JG.
Man, I'm so pro Cinderella story.
Yeah.
And just dagger to my heart every single time I get on every Tuesday night, right? It's just like I can't catch a break. These past 10 weeks, I'm like 1-9. But
Like 2
it
and
was a
8.
great game. I mean, OG's just I gotta
Dude, I think you started off 10-0,
Twitter.
and now you're 12-8. Now you're like going to be 12-9, so you're 2-9 in your last 11 games.
I have to use my
horrible.
social media presence, and I got to find somebody that's going to put OG down, because I can't believe this guy he keeps winning more chairs. I don't even know. I mean, listen, I don't know. I can't believe this. He's just knocking it out the park. I mean, every week he just keeps winning. But I mean, good game, good for him. JB, Derrick Henry's just ridiculous. Derrick Henry's ridiculous.
I was going to say you think JB's drunk, but he can't be drunk because he's young. I'm not going to do that. Maybe he's drunk on love. How about that? But
what's legal? Legal age might be different in Ireland. You know,
he's got the Irish hangover or something, man. Oh, maybe he needs some. You know what? He needs to wake up and need some Irish Spring, since we're talking about St. Patty's Day in Irish.
I like that. No, I like that.
Oh man, pot of gold. There was no gold at the end of his tunnel. Or the end of his rainbow. Andrew Richmond is standing by now with the winner, OG2K. There's 10 chairs in a row. I'm not giving him another chair. That's it. I'm out.
Larry, act like a saint. We're just talking about St. Patrick's Day. Be a saint. Come on now. JB could have used a Bloody Mary, and instead, I guess you said Mary in the mirror 3 times, because guess what? Players should be scared of you. You got 10 of them things. As I said, I want a challenge to you to make sure that you get more than my fingers and not more than their fingers, because they had the normal amount. I had 12, right? Remember that? But OG, let's talk about how Derrick Henry is OP. Do you really feel like they messed up giving one of the best players in this league, one of the best players in the game?
I don't know. I gotta be careful how I answer this so I could still get him in the future. But I don't know. Derrick Henry just when he gets his superpower ability or whatever, where he just trucks off 4 people, it just makes it really easy on offense for me when I don't have to do any work.
Was it Derrick Henry or was it Mark Andrews? I couldn't see, where you were up the left sideline and you had a beast mode attack, beast mode moment where you're just shedding them off. Who was that?
I think both of them had runs like that at some point. But yeah, I think the air truck thing is just crazy.
And guess what? You've been trucking the competition so much that you need a Brinks truck of chairs in order to fit the amount of chairs that you're going to be getting or not getting. I'm not sure. We're going to throw it back to Larry so we can figure out just exactly how many chairs he's not or is going to get. I'm not sure. Give him a couch at this point. They have that there, right?
At this point, he gets a whole daggone New York City apartment, man. No, he's got 10 chairs, and he's definitely deserved it. I'm going to let you get out of here, man, because we want to get you guys out of here. Well, we try to promise that, and we are in less than an hour. OG, just one question for me. What do you think about the new format next week? It's more like a King of the Hill. You're literally going to get everybody's punch. You're going to get to stay on the sticks until somebody beats you. How long do you think this reign can really go, knowing that you're going to play somebody every single week?
I think it's a pretty good chance for me. Just, if I keep my confidence and, keep showing up every time.
All right. Well, we're going to see, man, if you can keep that confidence going and keep the dubs going as well, man. Keep chalking them up on the left-hand side, man. Stay right there, man, before we get out of here. Folks, if you want to sign up for our Madden League, also for ISG, football and basketball, join us now, CompeteForever.com/Madden League. It's free entry, ages 13 and up. It's all online. You can win cash and other prizes. Once again, join us now, CompeteForever.com/Madden League. That post-game show is brought to you by our good friends at 902. And we're not talking about 90210. We're talking about 902 Brewing Company. Yes, they're located in beautiful Jersey City, right next to Bayonne. We'll be there live on Thursday night. The brewery, man, doing a great job there, man. They're located at 101 Pacific Avenue in Jersey City, a craft brewery, if you will, folks, in Jersey City, producing ales and lagers, handcrafted beers, and the best atmosphere that you'll see, guys. Curated with good times, made there in Jersey City. They got a spacious tap room as well. It can host a variety of different events, yoga, live dancing, comedians, local DJs. Also got the rooftop as well. Check them out online, 902brewing.com. Shout out to everybody there, man. We'll see you live on Thursday night as we do ISG basketball, intersection of sports and gaming. Basketball there as the NCAA tournament gets started on Thursday from 902brewing.com. All right, before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody, man. OG2K, a deserving champ. That is 10 wins in a row, 8 on Madden and 2 on college football. We'll see about this King of the Hill. That's 2 handfuls right there, right?
I noticed you doing it. OG, you were starting to. You're like, nah.
Let me get,
Oh,
can I
do
get
it.
10 on this?
Do it, OG.
Get
I
10.
can't even fit my whole hand on this screen.
10, Big Ben,
How many
Big Ben.
championships he got.
He's got 10 of those things.
Here we go.
For OG2K. And Andrew Richmond, peace up. A down. She's always in the A-town if you're looking for esportscaster and sportscaster extraordinaire. And of course, our quarterback, Jbaird Garantano, former quarterback, University of Tennessee Volunteers, also with the Broncos and Cardinals. Currently with the UFL Blue 80. 52's the mic. 52's the mic. Kill, kill, kill. Roger, Liz. Here we go. Here we go.
Liz is nice. That's a nice slide call there, Larry.
Liz is to the left,
stuff,
man. Roger's to the right, man.
It.
Come on, man. I played a little bit. I wasn't as good as Jared, but I played. Guys, thanks also to our good friends here at Fat Bastard and Sons. We'll see them also in a couple of weeks. Shout out to them, and they've been here over 20 years. Family-owned business. Man, best pizza around right here at Fat Bastard and Sons. That'll do it here live from Fat Bastard and Sons here in Hackensack. We'll see you Thursday from 902 Brewery. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you in a couple of days. We're out of here. Bye-bye.